It is possible to perform a comparative analysis of the explorative phenomenon with a phenomenon that has similar characteristics by testing them in causing reactions with yet another phenomenon or object, I will call it the test phenomenon, and analyzing the resulting effects. Firstly, a comparative phenomenon should be selected that is as similar to the explorative phenomenon as possible based on known data about the explorative phenomenon from previous scientific research and information about both phenomena, which was gathered by the sensory organs. The selected comparative phenomenon should also be previously studied as accurately and thoroughly as possible with a well-known structure and physical and chemical properties. If only those parts of the explorative phenomenon are known that coincide with specific parts of the comparative phenomenon, then it should be clarified whether the selected comparative phenomenon is not completely identical to the explorative phenomenon. By selecting a such test phenomenon that would produce different effects when it comes into contact with each of the aforementioned phenomena, this would mean that during contact, reactions took place between components that do not coincide in the investigated and comparative phenomena, and for that reason it could be assumed that these phenomena are not completely identical, i.e., each of them contains components that the other does not have. This may require experimenting with several or even more test phenomena with different structures and properties, as the first selected phenomena may produce very similar results if the test phenomena are dominated by chemical compounds that react specifically with the coinciding parts of the explorative and comparative phenomena. So in this case, the search for new test phenomena would only end when at least one was found which would create effect with noticeable differences between the reaction with the explorative and comparative phenomena. It would be appropriate to continue such a search only if there are logically justified suspicions that the explorative and comparative phenomena are indeed not identical to each other. Otherwise, it would be worth looking for another comparable phenomenon to perform this analysis if, after testing many different test phenomena, the result remains the same. This analysis could be illustrated by a scheme consisting of 3 tables: the explorative phenomenon, the comparative phenomenon, and the test phenomenon, which is being affected and which, like the comparative phenomenon, has also been fully explored with clear components and their characteristics. Each table would be displayed in different colors to indicate that all these phenomena are different from each other. Then the tables of the explorative and comparative phenomena would be filled up with all known parts of both phenomena and detailed descriptions of their characteristics. All parts that match in both phenomena would be written in the same color, while parts that do not match would be depicted in different colors. Then all the parts that match in both phenomena would be removed from the lists, leaving only those parts of the comparative phenomenon that have no counterparts in the explorative phenomenon. This scheme could be used as a formula for comparative analysis of phenomena, so all of its components are represented symbolically: triangles and circles, coinciding parts of the explorative and comparative phenomena; squares, parts of the comparative phenomenon that do not match with the explorative phenomenon; question marks, unknown parts of the explorative phenomenon with unclear characteristics; horizontal double-sided arrows indicate coinciding parts of the explorative and comparative phenomena; ovals inside the table of the test phenomena, the results of the effect that occur when this phenomenon comes into contact with the explorative and comparative phenomena. Their different colors indicate that they differ from each other in terms of their composition and properties. The orange hollow ovals surrounding the tables of the explorative and comparative phenomena indicate that these phenomena are seemingly similar to each other. Although this analysis shows that the explorative phenomenon contains parts that differ from the comparative phenomenon, it cannot determine whether there are no more parts in the explorative phenomenon that coincide with the comparative phenomenon among the remaining unknown parts of the explorative phenomenon. This would require a different analysis.